Hi, I'm Tessa Posey, the Membership and Database Manager here at the Figge Art Museum. I'm here today to tell you about a few things that we have coming up. The first is Member Appreciation Week. So that is for our members if you join or renew or all of our current members at that time. So that is December 3rd through 10th. That is Thursday to Thursday. One of the things that we have going on during that time is if you renew or join with us at the museum during that week, you get an insulated grocery tote. It's large, it's great to hold your ice cream when you go grocery shopping. We also have double discounts in our museum store and Figge Cafe, so that's 20% off. If you also dine in the cafe with us that week as a member, you get a sweet treat from Chocolate Manor while supplies last. Another wonderful thing we have is exclusive events and programs. That includes both virtual and small in-person events here at the museum. So some of those in-person events include 2 curators tours, which are with our curatorial team and our Haitian Masterworks collection. So those are small, only 10 person each. We also have a movie marathon that will be here in the John Deere Auditorium. We also have a virtual online cookie decorating class that will be for members also that week, and a question and answer session with our artist, TJ Norris, who is currently on display on the 3rd floor. Some other things that we have are, anyone who joins or renews that week will also get 2 bonus months of membership. It's really easy to join as a member with us. You can come and pick up this form at the museum if you would like to mail that in. Call me at 563-345-6638. You can join here at the museum store or at the front desk or online at www.figgeartmuseum.org. One other thing that we have going on for members during that week is we have overlapped our second biggest fundraiser of the year, which is our Art Off the Wall auction, which will begin on the 7th for members. We will have 2 small in-person times that people can come and view the artworks on the 7th with small crowds, social distancing, and masks. And then you'll be able to start bidding and view works online before the general public, the 7th through the 10th, and be able to access any of our buy it now options before the general public. So we have some of our pieces here for the Art Off the Wall auction that I'd like to share with you today. We kind of have price ranges for everybody, whether you're a beginner collector or a more seasoned art collector. Here are some of our lower end pieces. We have 2D pieces, paintings, pastels, photographs, prints. We even have some of these wood carvings. This one here is from Ghana. He is going to start at $20. We have these nice little watercolors that are going to come as a duo. They're going to start at only $15. So it's kind of to give you a range. And then we have this piece by Randy Richmond. He's a local photographer. He's been exhibited here at the Figge Art Museum in many different shows, even a solo show that he had here a couple years ago. This piece is entitled 7/24/14, 6:07 a.m. It's of a beautiful heron. And then we have an Ellen Wagner here. She's also been exhibited at the museum before. And we own her F5 Tornado, which is a beautiful large piece that you might have seen if you visited us. She's originally from Iowa, but now lives in Arizona. She's a good friend of the museum. You've probably seen her work before. I know that the Genesis Health Systems owns a few of her works at the Eastern Hospital. She does a lot of landscapes, very kind of charming Midwest scenes. This one is the Quintessential Midwest by Ellen Wagner. It's going to have 1,000 reserve on it. It's going to start at $500. And then back to the Randy Richmond, this is going to start at $75 and has a $250 reserve. So for good pricing, you can have a piece that's of an artist that's been exhibited here at the Figge and many other places. We also have works like a Victorian glass bowl with some hand-painted features on it, some Haitian metalwork, and some other items there. So I'm going to go ahead and now turn it over to Kelsey from our education team.
Hi, everybody. My name is Kelsey Vanderkoy. I'm an outreach educator with the education department here at the Figge Art Museum. And today we're going to focus on a project demo for our upcoming Family Day. Our demo is actually going to be these little guys right here. We call these Haitian houses. And Haitian art is we have a big, huge Haitian art collection here, if you guys are familiar with it. So Haitian art is really close to our hearts. We do several different projects ranging from these little houses to Haitian flags that you might have seen in our previous outreaches. But as I mentioned, this is going to be for our December Family Day. And if you guys are familiar with Family Days before, we've been doing them virtually because of the museum. Of course, we can't do our big events right now. So how they work is basically every month it's going to be a different theme, and those themes correspond with the exhibits that we have in the museum. So for example, the one for December is of course going to be Haitian, focused on the Haitian Masterworks collection that is coming up. And last month was Day of the Dead for November. So what they look like is, if you're unfamiliar, they come in these are like our little Family Day bags, and it's basically like a 2-for-1. So you can sign up for them on our website under the events page. And what we do is we pack up these bags with several different types of art projects, ranging from different things like the different pieces you might need for the projects, down to things like glue sticks, crayons, and then at home you might only need a few things such as like scissors and like a pencil. And then online we also provide a series of like educational resources. So videos we either make here in-house at the Figge, or also video like links to YouTube videos or online resources like PDFs. And then what we do is, once you sign up with your family, and then you tell us how many bags you want, and then you come to the Figge and physically pick up your bags. And then once all the bags are picked up, we launch those videos through a like a big Google Drive file, and then everybody has access to it. So that way you have your bag at home and you can follow along with the videos as well. So it's like kind of a 2-for-1 deal. And all of this is free, by the way. Also, if you are not looking to do something for your family day and you want something that's more of an adult programming, we are still doing our Thursday nights here at the Figge. And this can also be found on our website underneath the programs tab if you go there. So on to the demo, which is probably why you guys are all here. So as I mentioned, these are little houses. So the reason I was inspired to kind of create these little houses are, if you are familiar with Haitian art, you know that it's very colorful and it's full of different themes. So whether it's, most people know it for like its religious themes, but there's so many other things too, such as jungles and different types of village scenes and city scenes, lots of really cool looking houses. And you know, you don't always have to just use the houses for inspiration too. You can take things like the jungle scenes and all the plant life and the animals, and use that to kind of create your house as well. So, and you can of course see our Haitian collection that we do have in-house on the Figge website I believe it's under art and collection. But we are following, we're of course COVID safe here at the Figge right now. So we do encourage you that if you and your family feel safe, to come here and check it out for yourself on the second floor. All right, so let's do a little bit of the demo. So you're going to get probably something like this in the bag, something like a simple shape. And I encourage you to get creative. So I just cut out some basic shapes that we're familiar with like a house. So like a square or like a big long rectangle. If you Google Haitian art, you'll see that the buildings come in all different shapes and sizes. But I encourage you to get creative. So you know what? Since we're going to be creative, we are going to not use the square, and we're going to cut this into a circle instead, because why not have a circle house? So the fun part about this is it's basically you're making your, I guess, a dream house, really. And this whole thing is basically a big giant collage project. And you can kind of tell with the way I did mine. Whoop, if I can hold on to it. So if you guys are familiar with collage is basically just taking a bunch of different things and putting it onto another kind of canvas. So that can be using like some of your paper scraps that have gone to the wayside that you maybe want to throw away at home. Like even this is something that got painted probably for a kid's class back in the day and nobody ever used it. So we can cut out painted paper. You can cut up like old photos, magazines, anything you want to make a collage. And you can also use regular media as well. So for here, like for the end results, we're going to use, you could use markers. Markers would probably show up the best on something like construction paper, but for these little details, I actually like to use color pencils because I like the texture that color pencils give on the paper. So it's really up to you what you want to use, and there's no really right or wrong way to do this. So just because I'm doing the demo this way does not mean you have to copy us. We really encourage you, we're just kind of giving you like a stepping off point to start with, and then it's up to you how you want to do it. So, and see, like I can even do a perfect circle. So I'm not even gonna worry about them. If you wanna do a perfect circle, you could definitely get a glass and you could trace it. But here we have a circle shape here. Now we need some kind of roof for our house. So what can we use? Let's go through our paper here. I don't know, what do you guys think? I like the sparkly paper here. So I'm going to cut a roof. And if you don't feel confident doing what I just did, which is called freehanding, where you just cut it from paper, you can take like a pencil and just trace a shape on the back. So I'm just gonna kind of make a basic like rooftop shape here and cut into it. And I think I would encourage you too to make a whole, if you really like doing this, make a whole bunch of them and then maybe get a piece of paper, like a big piece of blank paper like this. And then it'd be kind of fun if you like glued a whole bunch to make like almost like a little village. I think that'd be fun too. And you can even take it a step further and make all the animals that would go in your village. Because Haiti is really known for its animals. So we have, yeah, this is pretty cool, sparkly roof. It almost looks like he's like a person with a hat on for the circle. So I don't know, I like to think of it like a hobbit house because it's got a circle. So we are going to glue that on, and I'm just using a regular glue stick, but you can use whatever you have. If you don't have glue, you can use like some kind of tape as well, or a staple. All right, so then we have our roof here. It's kind of small, but that's okay. Now we need something. Think about all the things that a house might need. So we need a door, right? We can't get into our house without a door. So I don't know, I kind of like this scrapbook. We have a lot of scrapbook paper here, so I'm going to try to cut out a door shape, I think. And I'm actually going to make the door shape round too to kind of go with my round. We're doing a round theme, I guess. So let's get the door here. Let's see. Actually, you know what? Before I put the door on, I'm actually going to cut some of this blue paper. I really want to use this. I really like this old painted paper. So I wonder if I could use this as like a background. I like the way this looks. So as you're doing these, this is where I would encourage you to either go on the Figge's website and look up some of the art that we have uploaded on there, or to just go on Google and just search Haitian art. You'll see a bunch of different things that'll pop up. It's pretty cool. So we can get like kind of a door shape here. There we go. The reason I like looking at the art for inspiration, not just for, of course, all the colors and things like the plants and animals, but just for symbols too. They use a lot of really cool symbols for their artwork. Okay, so we got like a 2-for-1 door here. All right, and then we'll use a Sharpie to make a little door handle, and we'll make a little window here. All right, and then we need maybe something on the sides here. You know what, this is pretty simple. I'm gonna keep it like that. I'm gonna draw some patterns on this instead. So I'm gonna take my color pencils, or this is where you could take your markers too, or even, I mean, if you have paint, go for it. If you paint, it might be a little floppy on the construction paper, so you might need a little bit thicker paper, but I think that would look fun. Let's actually get some blue in here to go along with our blue. So let's do some little like star patterns here. I feel like a lot of the art is really inspired by nature, which is really fun because there's not really a wrong way to draw a plant. So you could definitely draw some plants too. Some stars here. Okay, so basically this is the basic idea right here. So you're starting to get your house shape. So then later I would encourage you to take your time and to add some more things. So maybe add a second layer where you could add some like more windows, or like I said, you can make a bunch of different houses and kind of just glue them all together. Maybe use like cut some grass out of some paper, or to color them as well. So hope you guys like this little demonstration, and I can't wait for you guys to see our December Family Day for Haitian art.